Hey there, beautiful. So I am doing something different. I am wanting to now do a vibe of a zodiac season. So this is today I'm going to be talking about Aries season, and this is the beginning of the astrological year. And I want to talk to you, creatives and artists and entrepreneurs, about how to make the most of this season of your life. Because, um, you know, naturally, Aries is very entrepreneurial, is very, pioneer kind of energy, and just willing to go out there and try new things because they have a vision. They have this vision that was conceived during Pisces season, and now in Aries season, ready to take action on. And so we, as creatives, as artists, as entrepreneurs, we naturally have this drive to do this, to try something new, to create what we envision, and we likely have prominent Aries placements as well. So let's begin with Aries season. Okay. Um, so I've asked my networks on the struggles that you guys are experiencing. And so with you watching this video, you might, you know, share this as well, because what we as individuals struggle with, it's likely other people are struggling with this too. So here's the first one. So the first person said confidence and burnout is what they're struggling with. Another one talks about they are an interior designer and they struggle with choosing their options, because they know so much. So which one to choose? Another one says there's so much that they want to do with so little time. I feel that so deeply. Having a sun trine Jupiter, I feel that so deeply. It's ridiculous. I got all the ideas and so little time. Um, Another person says costing my work correctly for sales and to be hired. And so like how much to charge, like that is how much to charge because the market changes all the freaking time. And that's something that I've been like personally struggling with. Like, am I charging too much? Am I charging too little? And I've been like, I received an idea of like how to navigate this based off of my chart. We'll see how this goes in the year. But the gist of it is like there is a season to charge before. I mean, depending on what the person needs, I have a baseline of what my price is. They can come to me randomly. But there is a season when I will be giving for free. There's a season where I will be giving a certain offering based off of my natal chart. So that's kind of like how I've been navigating that. Um, the so the To go back is like so much to do with so little time. I guess that kind of like answers that issue that I have. Like I have all these ideas when to do it. So I use it based off of my natal chart. I answer that, question. Oh, this is a season to do stuff for free. This is a season to offer this particular offering. Um, and just get better at communicating it over time. Um, Yeah, and I think it also answers the options too. So another person answered balancing time being artists with rest and then a need to do the day-to-day things. And I feel like I've answered that through just being a woman and a menstruating woman. I am able to um figure out when the time to rest and when the time to take action and what kind of activities am I doing. In the Flow is a book that will be good for you if you are curious about that. And Wild Power is another great book that informs you on when to rest and when to create as a menstruating person. So look into that. That'll be really helpful to figure that out. Now, if you're a man, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer because I'm not a man. But you can use, maybe my answer would be, you can use the lunar cycles. You can use the moon as your guide. And I'd like to talk a lot about the moon. And so you can join my email list and you will get the free ebook that I offer to give you some insight on when you could do certain things and what activities you could do. I might need to update my book, but because it's 3 years now since I've written it. So yeah, that's the thing I need to do. Okay, so yeah, moving on. Balance and navigating the highs and lows, answering that question with as a menstruating person, or following the moon cycles, which reflects the creative cycles so that it's relevant to us creatives. Being hypercritical of our work. Yeah, so that also answers to our creative cycle. If you're like following the moon, that would be more of the waning cycle, or the luteal phase if you're a menstruating person. And this is when the inner critic is more prominent. And so we want to allot time to be critical of ourselves, of our work, of maybe the people around us for that time. So if it comes up during the new moon or the full moon, or when we're ovulating, or when we're, not pre-menstruating, but like pre-ovulating, that's not the time to be critical. So we can just like tell the inner critic, give it a name. Not now, then, you know, with the waning moon, with me pre-menstruating, you can then have a voice and share what it is that we need to do differently. Because it does speaks in extremes and it can be harsh to listen to at times. Okay. And that also answers the next question of time, or the next issue is time management, because of, juggling being a mom and a business owner. That's a lot, and so I feel like giving yourself that time, blocking those times, especially with the moon or with your menstrual cycle, it'll be really helpful, because these both of these reflect the creative process. The next person says, for me, it's energy and motivation at the right time. Again, timing. Balancing what I do for the general public with the time I spend for private clients and crowdfunding. And so I feel like I am hacking into that with, again, linking it to my natal chart. When is the season to do charity work? Or public work? When is the season to do private work? It's based off the natal chart, and I think that would be really helpful to look at your chart and see, okay, this is a 12th house, 6th house season for me. For me, that is Capricorn Cancer season. So during those times, I'm looking at what can I do for the general public and not expect something back. It's just kind of like paying it forward. Time management and procrastination, and then trying to stay creative. Okay. Yeah. Trouble staying focused. So again, I kind of like see that as like, yeah, understanding the creative process. Like, you're not always having to be focused. Like, sometimes you're in a season of gathering ideas and you're scattered, that is also valid and necessary in the creative process. And you're probably trying to force things to happen when it's not the time for that to happen. So to to understand our season and the season of the cosmos or the universe is very, very important and something that I've been working on for the past several years. Okay, so how do I want to help you in this Aries season? Well, I really want to focus on Venus. And so I'm on this chart here. So I want to focus on what is Venus doing? Because Venus is the significator of artists, creatives, and how what energies we are encountering. So looking at what she's doing is really important. And with it being Aries season, that is just naturally with the sun being going through Aries. That's entrepreneurs. That's bringing, birthing new ideas and just troubleshooting, right? And so that's kind of like what I want to bring um, to our attention to help solve our issues that what we are dealing with. So I see Venus as the creative, you the creative. And then the different planets and how she relates to the other planets is what we are affected by during the season. And so Aries season is March 19th till April 19th. So that's what we're looking at when the sun is officially in Aries in the tropical zodiac. So starting off on March 19th, the sun ingresses into Aries. And with the sun in Aries, this marks the beginning of spring. So we are officially here. We're not going to get any kind of cold fronts, hopefully. Yeah, it just awakens what has been skin deep in Pisces season, what we have conceived in Pisces season. So Pisces season was a time when we had to reflect and think about our lives and what we have done up to this point and what we're hoping to embark on moving forward into the new astrological year. And so with this ingress, sun ingress in Aries, we have a new awareness of our lives. And this energy invites us to explore with no attachments. And what I mean by no attachments is like no like hangups about what it looks like, how we are going about our actions in the world, because we're troubleshooting. We're figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and just getting feedback. Aries is not the type to sit and plan. It is I have an idea, I'm gonna go try it. Let's see. Like Rick Levine, one of the great astrologers in the community, talks about shoot then aim. It's like Aries phrase, and he's like a super Aries. And I love that. Shoot then aim. It's not aim and shoot. Okay, so the sun in astrology signifies our creative expression, our confidence, our truth, what we're focused on, and yeah, just our interests right now. So again, sun in Aries is very entrepreneurial, things that we are starting and seeing how the public receives this. Moving on to March 20, so we're at March 21st. We have the Sun sextile Pluto. So the sun is here and it's sextile Pluto. Pluto is the planet of um, psychology, the underworld. It could be of soil, it could be of compost, it could be of literal dealing with shit, taboos, problems that are of the past, and it can like show up because through resentment. Um, this could be trauma. Pluto is all these things that we don't want to deal with, that we don't have time to deal with on a daily basis, and we shove in the closet. And then after time, it unearths itself, and we have to deal with it with help, hopefully. And so, like positive help. So with the sun is sextiling Pluto, our creative expression creates opportunities for empowerment. So I really do see this as an opportunity to see how maybe our traumas or our pain has influenced us, impact us, and see how we can create opportunity for ourselves and other people that we're trying to serve moving forward. This is a great day to empower yourself and to see like when enough is enough, and making sure you don't like overdo yourself, because we also had that concern of burnout, right? Because Pluto does have that tendency to be obsessive. And so we want to also make sure, what are we obsessing about? If we do find ourselves having obsessive thoughts, making sure we are redirecting it towards our creative endeavors, the people that we want to be in a relationship with, and not like things that will sabotage our vision. Okay, so another transit that's prominent on March 21st is Venus in Pisces conjunct Saturn. So Venus being the planet of creativity, I see this as us, as creatives, conjunct Saturn. This is an opportunity to build self-esteem and our sense of worthiness through our connection through empathy and understanding of other people, right? And we have to blend this ability to see ourselves and other people and where we are with responsibility. And so, what that looks like, again, we are holding a vision, we're holding this desire for union, but we can't do that at the detriment of our own selves and self worth, you know. And so, Saturn is really making us look at ourselves really and like what we're capable of producing, and yeah, just taking responsibility for that. And also not taking responsibility for other people's problems, because that will be waiting on us on what we are trying to build in our lives and our business. And yeah, just take away the opportunity for other people to do that for themselves. So on March 21st, we want to be aware of that. Okay. March 22nd, we have Mars ingressing into Pisces. Um, and it's not showing here, but let me see what the hours in. Okay, so Mars is now in Pisces, and this is now this is at like 8 p.m. Our action, our drive is now like focused on um, sense of oneness with other people, and making sure that our actions is not just only benefiting ourselves, it's benefiting other people, right? And this could send us in a spiral, so we got to be mindful of the kind of connections, the kind of people we are allowing in our energy and motivating us into action. And because we only have so much energy, we only have so much energy to give. And, Mars will be in Pisces. Let me see, like around May 3rd. Mars will be in Pisces till April 29th. Okay. So we just really want to just be mindful of like how we're using our energy on this time, because we only have so much. We can't give it all to everybody, right? We got to remember what we are, what our mission is, who we are trying to serve, how we are empathizing with them, and the real issues that they have, and devote our energy to them, to solving this problem, because together we're better, you know? So burning out is an issue with Mars and Pisces because of that tendency of wanting to give to everyone and everything at once, which is not realistic. March 25th, okay, that is the lunar eclipse in Libra. And that shows major endings and major beginnings in our partnerships and our creative collaborations. So, we might have some new people that are coming into our lives. We might have people that are being removed from our lives. And this is important to pay attention to, again, discerning, because Venus being in Pisces, conjunct Saturn, still very much so. Discerning who are we um, allowing into our bubble and sharing space with us, and who we are not. Because we gotta have boundaries. Saturn asks us to have boundaries when we are creating, holding space. And so, with these major endings and beginnings, we're going to have new people, new things, new opportunities, new events coming into our lives. And we're just going to have to be really discerning of like who's important to us and what is important to me. Um, and holding space for that and not getting worked up by what is leaving your life. Just accepting and observing and, journaling out, what you're feeling. That's fine. If that's how you have to release, but not trying to hold on to it, because again, the eclipses acts as like divine's way of bringing you what you need for your evolution, not necessarily what you think you want. So March 28th, we have Venus in Pisces, that's us the artists, sextile Uranus. So this is a wonderful transit that helps build our sense of self-worth worthiness, by saying yes to new things that interest us and that helps our unique creative expressions. And then may that be through art, through business, through collaborations. So like if you get this opportunity to go out and do something new and exciting, go and do it. You might get some new ideas, you might get some new inspirations that help you empathize with the people that you're trying to connect with. Um, so I see that as a wonderful time to get out and do the things that you normally would not do. It will be supportive with that sextile between Venus and Uranus. Okay, April 1st. So on April 1st, we have Mercury stationing retrograde in Aries. So this is a time to review, rethink, restructure, replan, rework how you assert yourself and your brand, your ideas, your art in this to the world, so the world can see you. We're really gonna have to really think this through, because with that, Mercury retrograde for the next couple of weeks, it's gonna be beneficial. It's gonna be really helpful for you to reposition yourself and reconnect to what is actually essential to you and your sense of purpose in this life. So that's a wonderful time to reflect and think things through, because if you try to force things to happen, it will either take longer for them to come to fruition, or there's going to be a roadblock there. So if you're finding delays or any of these issues coming up, just know that that's the Mercury retrograde trying to help you rethink things, reroute your approach. So April 3rd, and we have Venus in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So if you're looking for inspiration, so 28 degrees in Pisces, especially if you have any placements there in Pisces, or any of the mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, of course. This is a time when our creative juices are really flowing, and especially to just to follow that muse, that new channel of ideas and insight, even if it's challenging or asking you to take action. So this could be happening by listening to music, creating music, going to an art show, creating art yourself, dancing, whatever gets your creative juices flowing. Like this is the perfect time to like indulge in those things and allow your creative muse to speak to you in a different way and create a new cycle with you. April 4th, we have the sun conjunct the North Node, which signifies destiny. Um, and so this is like an opening of your creative soul's calling on what to do next. And so we gotta like really it's kind of hidden, it's subtle. So it's not may not be like directly in the face, like as a person saying, go do this, or hey, inviting you to go do something. But, if you get an idea or if you do get that person, just dare, to allow your ideas to take up space and assert yourself on what it is that you are wanting to show up for. This is a great day to do that, to be that. Because yeah, this is like a new path is opening up for you and you can step into it. On April 4th as well, Venus is ingressing into Aries. And yeah, so with her in Aries, Venus is considered at her detriment in Aries. Um, and so this is at 4 in the morning on April 5th. Well, it's 11 p.m. Okay, April 4th. But so 11 p.m. on April 4th, Venus ingresses into Aries. She's considered at her detriment here because it's kind of like the princess is at is at war, or is on the battlefield. However, this princess could be an Amazonian woman. She could be well equipped, well prepared for battle, and willing to defend her space. And so, with Venus here, you're having to really consider, what do I love and what do I'm willing to protect. Um, and allow that to really drive you. So yeah, this is like new creative territory. You're embarking on a new path, and just having to remember what you love, what you're willing to claim space for, and allowing that to be your best ally. Whoever is like for you with that, like let them be an ally. So thinking about what you love, what you're willing to protect is really important during this time. On April 6th, we have Venus sextiles Pluto. Um, yeah, so Venus here sextile Pluto. So yeah, that meaning of to build sense of worthiness of what it is that you're wanting to embark on, the creative opportunities that you want to take to empower yourself is so important. Like it's going to be available at its peak today. This can be difficult because Pluto requires us to understand our psychology and who we really are, even the ugly side of ourselves, which could be, the parts of ourselves that we want to disown because we feel like it's unacceptable. But with that sextile from Venus, it's kind of like that is the holy grail. That is what we need to acknowledge, what we need to appreciate, what we need to say yes and allow, because that is where the synastry, that is when the energy works well together and creates opportunity for us in the long run. And then on April 8th, we have the solar eclipse in Aries. So that's when the sun is conjunct or near conjunction with the North Node. And that is, we're showing major endings and beginnings and how we assert ourselves and our ideas in the world. So who's coming in your life? Who's leaving? Again, observe and let that happen, because we are holding space for our sense of who we are, who we think we are, and what we want in our lives. And sometimes people don't match that, and that's okay. People are in our lives for a certain season, and to hold on to them longer than they need to be and they should be is a detriment to all of us. And karma is a bitch. So let's practice letting go. April 11th, the sun conjuncts Mercury. And so that's a Cassini as Mercury's continued to go retrograde. So during this time, this is a wonderful opportunity to write down any new ideas you receive during this day, around this day, because there is a shadow period or like an orb going on. So it could be like the week, it could be like a day or so, or a few days before, or a few days after, you might get some ideas on that will help you work through the Mercury retrograde issue that has come up when he had station retrograde. So you might get some new ideas and insights here on how to navigate that. And so we want to write that down because you can't necessarily take action on that because you will still get a delay or a block, but you still want to write it down because when Mercury stations direct, um, you'll be able to take action on it with ease. On April 17th, we have um, Venus conjunct the North Node. And so this can really bring in new love or new connection here, new connections of any sorts that can help you find your footing in that new territory that you're embarking with Venus and in Aries. Um, so this will help you, support you in reaching what your soul is calling you to create as an artist, as an entrepreneur. Um, You'll open up to those opportunities that are reaching out and showing up or becoming apparent to you, because that is an entryway, even though it might feel uncomfortable and unstable, and it's still available to you and can really radically change your life. And one of the last things I want to mention here on April 19th, as Aries season is coming to a close, we have Venus conjunct Mercury retrograde in Aries. And so, again, that is that opportunity to build a sense of worthiness towards accepting these new ideas that come to you that you're falling in love with. Okay, so you receive that new insight with that Mercury Kazemi on April 11th, and now on the 19th, you're falling in love with this idea. And so, what is this brainchild that you are conceiving? Again, write these down because these are really juicy ideas. These are really juicy ideas that gets you fired up and excited with it being in Aries. And the last thing I want to mention for us creatives is April 19th, Mars will sextile Uranus. Mars in Pisces will sextile Uranus and Taurus. And so this is important for us to dare to protect our vision. We might get some, pushback maybe, but with our willingness to do something different that is in alignment with our values, um, we are okay. We're doing all right. We're doing good. And this is going to encourage our evolution as entrepreneurs, as creatives, as people that has a vision for the world to progress and live in more harmony and beauty. Because I feel like that's what we are all trying to, reach, that's what we're reaching for as creatives, as artists, as entrepreneurs. We're just trying to help the world be a better place and just have a good time here while we are here. So if you love this talk and the work that I'm doing, and you're just like, I want to support you, and I need support as I continue following my calling, definitely consider to become a patron with the link below. I'm here for you, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all my patrons that has been continuing to support me in my work throughout these years. You're fabulous. And yeah, so that is there if you're wanting to receive support and also support my work. So I hope you have a great Aries season, and thanks again for watching. Bye.